Hey guys, what's up? It's the Slifer Slacker. I just got done doing my deck profile. I am going to actually shuffle this deck up really nicely. And actually, you know what, before we start, I'm going to just show you kind of what the setup needs to be in order for you to kind of push for game and win. So essentially, here is the setup. It's very easy to achieve. I'm just going to set this over here. This is kind of, I want to show you the desired board. I want to show you your next turn, you know, what you want to do, and basically how this deck is going to win. Sorry, I just knocked my camera. All right, so I'm going to show you the setup, and then we're going to do some test hands. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is figure out a way. You want to end with Neos in graveyard or on field somewhere. You want to end with these three in hand. Oh, I lied. These two in hand and this guy set. If you're doing this correctly, you summon out Infernal Rage. He ends up in the graveyard and you summon out the Sunrise to get the miracle. And then on your opponent's turn, you're gonna go Favorite Contact, send these two back to the deck, summon out Shining Neos Wingman. Now, if all is right with the world, when you summon out the Shining Neos Wingman, you'll get a bunch of pops. After you get those pops, you should shut your opponent down. If you don't, your whole board can get destroyed. It's whatever. Then you're gonna summon out the Spirit of Neos. When he is summoned, you're gonna actually, that's when you kind of have your choice. Depending on what you have in hand, you have a choice. More often than not, I go for the Neos Fusion because that's gonna probably solidify me game. So, okay, my opponent wipes my board. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna draw a card, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm going to, let me see, I have two engraved. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna Miracle Fuse. I'm gonna take these three guys and I'm gonna make a Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. After I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and Neos Fusion. That's gonna go ahead and send Neos to grave. And then I'm gonna send the Armed Dragon, getting out the Armed Neos. Now, a couple of things are going to happen. You're going to summon him depending on what your opponent's board looks like. If your opponent has exceeds, links, okay, whatever, you can't really use his effect. But if they have monster levels, you can destroy things up to level 10. I would suggest activating this. If they do have links and exceeds and a couple monsters, go ahead and trigger that off, and then you can board clear some things and then use Armed Neos to attack. Now what's gonna happen is you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna attack with Armed Neos and you're gonna activate his effect. Next turn, you're gonna tribute him off in the main phase and summon out Cosmo Neos. Ooh. Now, this isn't set, that's just some random card, my bad. Basically, this is not hard to get to. This is very simple. Yes, I know negates exist, I know hand traps exist. Yes, you will get this shit. You will get the shit hand trapped out of you. I promise you, if you play this deck, you will get hand trapped. There's no way around that. Just have fun. That's all I'm really doing. I'm just trying to have fun with it. But so guys, I'm going to go ahead and just show you, I'm going to show you how consistent it is. It is very consistent at getting you to what you need. And it's rather fun because it feels like, it feels like a Jaden deck. There's this guy go? Maybe here. It is really fun. It feels like a Jaden deck. It feels like you're in there in GX. But so there are times where you're gonna want to go for Protection of the Elements too. I like that card, and I don't. I feel like it's very restrictive because it's only spell and trap activations. It's not effects. So like, only when a spell or trap is activated, like not like if it's already on the field, it has to be like directly activated, which is kind of annoying. I don't like that it's not monsters as well. It should have had some cool quick effect that said like if you control an elemental hero, you can, I don't know, activate this to turn it set or activate it from hand, almost like Imperm. But I digress. It is what it is. We can only pray one day we get effect shut as an import because that card is absolutely really good. All right, So guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna draw 5 cards and we're gonna see what we can do. So again, we wanna see if we can reach setup with what we drew. Okay, I'm gonna activate Hero Lives and go Stratos. On the summon of Stratos, I'm going to go ahead and search the Spirit. While I got the deck out, I'm gonna go Rhoda and I'm gonna search for the Crosskeeper. That should have been Elemental Hero Crossman, but Konami just likes to restrict us. They like to keep us down. What can I say? Crosskeeper is going to special him out. You're then going to activate his effect to grab the engage. You're going to go ahead and engage off of... okay, you have a couple options here. You haven't normaled yet. You can actually use the Aqua Dolphin to hand snipe, which is something that I've been kind of messing with. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go E-Call, and I'm gonna grab my Shadow Mist. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna engage, sending the Mist. Should probably move these over, let y'all see my graveyard a little bit here. I'm gonna send the Mist and the engage, as well as the Grand Mole, and I'm gonna special summon out a Vanilla Neos. After I do that, I'm going to get a poly off of the engage, and then I'm going to go ahead and go chain link. Well, I guess it would just be Shadow Mist, chain link 1. So I'm going to grab a poly, and then I'm going to grab a Liquid Soldier. Poly, Liquid. Now you could have sent the Aqua Dolphin, and then this search could have been for Spirit of Neos. But being that we're gonna hand snipe, it'll all work out. Plus we're gonna get a whole bunch of draws, so there's a chance that we can see another Spirit. So I'm gonna go poly between Neos and Liquid, and that's gonna get us into the, where's he at? Somewhere. Infernal Rage. Okay, I'm gonna go chain link 1, 2, and then the Crosskeeper is going to be chain link 3. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna draw 2 cards and then place 1 back in the deck. That's gonna be you. We're gonna draw 2 cards, discard 1, discard the favorite contact, and then we're gonna use that as chain link 1 to return it to hand. Now, since I have it normal summoned, at this point, I can go Aqua Dolphin, use his effect, pitch the poly, or if you so choose, you could pitch the Blaze Man. Pitch the Blaze Man, look at my opponent's hand and snipe something out of it. You could hit a hand trap, you could hit a combo starter. If they were holding Nibiru, potentially, whatever. You're gonna activate his effect, tribute him off, and get out into Sunrise. After you do that, you're gonna use Sunrise's effect to go ahead and grab you the Miracle Fusion. You're gonna go ahead and go E-Call to grab the Spirit. So just as I showed you in the introduction to this guide, we have setup. Not only do we have setup, but we have 2 attributes on board besides light. Now let me show you how to get that last one. I'm gonna go Spirit of Neos, use his effect, wait a minute. No, I didn't use his effect. I didn't use his effect. No, I didn't. I summoned out plain Neos off of engage, sweet. So now I have fire, wind, and water on board on top of light. That's 4 pops for my opponent to deal with. Hopefully they open up with Lightning Storm or some back row removal, Twin Twisters, Cosmic Cyclone, Harpy's Feather, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and set this. I'm going to leave my hand right here. When I find it necessary, I'm going to proc the forbidden, or not the forbidden, the favorite contact. Usually I try to wait right before battle phase or right before this is about to get destroyed. I keep my opponent second guessing and thinking, okay, when's he gonna activate it? When's he gonna do it? That's if they know our deck. If they don't know our deck, they're screwed. They don't know this deck, they're screwed because they're gonna be anticipating things that Hero does, which we don't do them the same, at least not the way I play. So I go favorite contact. I then go ahead and slap him back into the extra deck, slap him back into the deck. Ooh. My slides are off. Summon out our boy, and when you summon him out, you're gonna want to summon him in the extra monster zone. That way you have a slot for Spirit of Neos. So obviously at this point, we're gonna go ahead and get 1, 2, 3, 4 pops. My opponent's probably gonna be shitting bricks. If they don't know what's happening when you flip over favorite contact, it's GG. If they do know what's happening, they may know how to play around it. Then they're gonna go to battle phase. They're gonna attack you. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna go Spirit of Neos. Spirit of Neos, more often than not, you're gonna wanna search for the Neos fusion. Unless you have it in hand, then you may try to go for something else, which would make sense. You would then, you know, let's say worst case scenario, my opponent does something to pop my entire board minus Spirit. Okay, they popped everything, whatever. Okay, all right. So now we're gonna start next turn. We've got the Spirit. I would almost try to activate his effect, and hopefully my opponent tries to negate it. We've got a Hero Lives. You know, there's some things that we can do to kind of bait our opponent and try to play around, you know, whatever. So, actually, I'm gonna leave him on board. Since he can't be destroyed by battle, I'm actually gonna flip him to attack. I'm gonna activate the Miracle Fusion. Now, under this, we're gonna go ahead and banish 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because this has to be warrior monsters. They don't have to be elemental heroes. We're banishing for Wake Up. So you summon out Wake Up. This Wake Up's gonna be at 2 attacks with 4,000 attack because of his material. His material is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, with 2 fusions. So him alone is enough for game if your opponent has 2 monsters. And then if he gets popped, you could summon out another Spirit of Neos and, you know, try to do stuff like that. So I would go Neos Fusion. After doing so, I would send the Neos and the Arm Dragon level 10. Totally dependent on your opponent's field, both front row and back row. If they have just something, you know, something minuscule, just pop it and attack for game. If it's something that you're worried it may, you know, you may be going into next turn, you're gonna be smart and you're not going to activate his effect to destroy. You're gonna just go straight and attack, and then activate his effect after you destroy something and send it to graveyard. And then you're gonna have him attack. Obviously, if your opponent has 2 attack mode monsters, just 2 attacks gets you game. If there's for some reason you can't, you may wanna go attack with him, then attack with him, and then attack with him. It would totally depend on the board. But this should, you know, net you game. If this doesn't net you game, you're then gonna, on your opponent's turn, hopefully this doesn't get Kaiju to Lava Golemed. If it gets impermed in the main phase, you can just tribute it. If it gets Veilered, you can tribute it. So basically, when your opponent, you know, flips over to main phase, they do something, you can't automatically activate it. You have to use it as a chain link too because it's your opponent's turn. So you would go Arm Neos. After you do that, you could get out into Cosmo, turn your opponent's turn off, and then it comes back to you. He gets 2 attacks. He goes back to the extra deck and pops. So basically he would, if your opponent has nothing on board, he would have 1 attack for 4,000. Hopefully game. If not, you know, the grind games do exist, especially with a mid. I would say this deck is not on par with Hero that won, but that Nathaniel Christmas, his deck is really, really good. This deck is not as good as that, although I never really struggle with the Hero matchup. Maybe it's because I know the deck, but I never really struggle. Like when I play Hero with this deck, I don't struggle. So it's odd. It's very, very odd. But this is about the 14-minute mark. We're gonna take this to about maybe 20-25 minutes. I'm gonna shuffle up here really good, and then we're gonna do another one. And I may just do a couple test hands after this. So you guys have seen the demonstration of how the deck works. I'm gonna show you if the hands I get actually equate to what I'm what I'm selling here. All right, so this hand, very, very good. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing because we have a really good setup here. You go Engage, you send Aqua Dolphin and the Shadow Mist, special out the Spirit of Neos. Fuse between him and that, you're gonna get draws, you're gonna get searches. This is probably gonna get you everything that you need. This hand is amazing. Okay, this hand is really, really good. Like I said, I don't want to take up a lot of your guys' time, and I want to show you some different hands, so that way, you know, you can kind of differentiate and look and go, okay, well, that hand's good, that hand's good. All right, let's see what we got. Stratos, favorite. Here it lives. Armed Dragon, it sucks. I mean, you will sometimes draw that card. It's not the best, but it is what it is. You're probably looking at this going, oh, wow, that sucks. I'm going to play this one out because it's not the best hand. I'm actually going to go Hero Lives, and I'm going to summon out not Stratos, but the Blaze Man. Blaze Man's going to get me the Poly. Okay. I'm going to normal summon the Stratos. The Stratos is obviously going to get me to none other than the Neos. Okay. We do have a couple different options here in which we can go about this. We can activate the instant contact after, which is probably, I mean, that's probably the way to go just to get another body on board. So I'm going to go Poly between, I'm going to say him and Stratos. And that's going to get us out into the Infernal Rage. Now we can't really, we didn't really need to do that, but it is what it is. So we got no search because we have that in hand. We're going to tribute him off, get out into the Sunrise, who is going to get us our Miracle Fusion. After we do that, you can activate the instant contact, or you can just end phase. You've got Shining Neos Wingman set up. The only thing that sucks is we don't have the Spirit of Neos for follow-up. We do have the instant contact, so we could have a decent follow-up here, but if you are about to get OTK'd, you don't have Spirit of Neos in your hand. So this was not the best. That's kind of why I wanted to play it out, just to show you, you know, like that's going to happen when you play this deck. You're not always going to get what you need. But you're going to get pretty damn close. So I would set this, end my turn. You know, like I said, or you could use that instant contact and see what happens. It's totally up to you. It's really depending, kind of like on what your opponent's playing. If your opponent's playing something like Oppressive, you might want to try to do that. But there are times, and I have found that, and other than cutting the card completely or cutting the amount of one-ups I play, I feel like this deck, just one-ups just float to the top. Like, I did the math the other day. I drew 4 one-ups in my hand, and statistically, it was, I think, a 0.01% chance of opening that exact hand. And I'm like thinking to myself, how is that possible? Like, I mean, I know it's literally, if the chances are above 1, it's possible. But I feel like sometimes when I play on sims, like simulators, I draw so many one-up, and like, look at that. That's a gorgeous hand. So we got the Crosskeeper and the Fake Hero. We've got Ian Shuffle and 2 E-Calls. That I'm not even gonna play that. That's so good. Like I said, we're probably gonna take this one to about 25 minutes. I don't really think I need to play out any more hands. I mean, you guys probably, you're my viewers, you guys are probably pretty smart. You should have, you know, you should have a grasp on what I'm going for here. Let's try one more here. Okay. So what would we do here? This is a very interesting hand because we saw the Neos Fusion. We've got Ian Shuffle. We've got Poly. So what I would honestly say, I'm going to play this one out just because it's not bad. It's just it's awkward and kind of clunky. So I would summon the Grand Mole, Ian Shuffle. Now I would actually EN shuffle for the Stratos. I would EN shuffle for the Stratos. And then instead of going for the Liquid Soldier and getting draws, I would use Stratos to search for Shadow. I would go Polymerization between these two. Summon out our boy. Where he at though? There he is. Alright, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. We're going to go ahead and grab the Spirit of Neos to hand. We're going to go ahead and use his effect and grab the trap. We're going to have him sacrifice himself to summon out the Sunrise. And I always summon in defense going first, just out of force of habit so I don't get OTK'd. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Miracle. So that was actually a really solid opening hand. As clunky as it looked, it ended up getting us to basically full combo. So then we would flip this on my opponent's turn, summon out Shining Boy. We have the Miracle for follow-up. We have the Neos Fusion for follow-up. We have that for protection and, you know, extension into the next turn. This is a pretty solid one. Yes, if you guys can hear faintly in the background, that is the GX theme song on a 1-hour loop. It is on YouTube. It is great. Sometimes I just put it on to get in the zone and test this deck like I'm doing right now. I just happen to be filming. No, I don't own the rights to it. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I'm probably gonna stop that stuff if and when my channel gets monetized. But so, look at that. That's gorgeous. Wow. Okay, so let's just take for example, and this is why I love playing IRL as opposed to online and on simulators, because I feel like I shuffle my deck really good, and I always have solid hands. When I play online, I open up bricks all the time, like one-ups float to the top. So basically, if that got ashed and that got ashed, you still essentially have full combo. Well, I'm dumb. Yeah, that both of those can't get ashed. If they both somehow got negated, let me say that. Do that. You can search for Stratos, normal the Stratos, search the Spirit, fake hero out the Spirit, send the Mist, keep going, yada yada yada. All right, like I said, I want to try to play out maybe 1 or 2 more, but I only want to play out a shit hand that looks like garbage. And yes, all of these so far have been for going first, because I, for the life of me, have not figured out. Well, not I shouldn't say I haven't figured out, but I'm not really focusing on going second with this deck right now. It's all about going first. Again, I drew 2 E-calls, a fake hero, a crosskeeper, and I drew the counter trap. That's actually really, really good. E-call for the Stratos on the Stratos, search the Spirit. Do that. Sorry. Do that. Search the Shadow Mist. Pitch. I mean, you've got counter traps set up. That's a really solid one. I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna power shuffle real quick because I feel like I'm getting too good of hands. I'm hoping that this will kind of like make them suck a little bit. That way I can play one out and show you guys like what a subpar hand would look like. Now I'm actually thinking about doing more Cosmo Neos combo videos. I just found out today there's a 2-card combo that starts with E-Call and EN Engage Neospace and ends on Cosmo Neos going first, not second, going first. There is a way to do it. Somebody actually shared it in the Neospatian Elemental Hero server today. And I gotta give man props. I think his name was Janucci. It wasn't me. I didn't discover that, but I am gonna definitely showcase that. Oh shit! There's a couple cards. Make sure it wasn't anything worth money. Oh, good. Nothing got bent though. Thank God. All right, so guys, we're looking at 24 minutes here. I'm gonna try to just quickly do one last hand after that long shuffle, and see if it's bad. We play it out. If it's not, GG, good night. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got Neos, a hero lives, Armed Dragon, and E-Call. This is not bad. YuGiOh lives for the Stratos, or a hero lives for Blazeman, or wait a second, wait a minute. A hero lives for the Blazeman. Check this out. I'm gonna play this one out real quick. A hero lives for the Blazeman. Get the Blazeman. Okay. E-call. Wait, I lied. Get the poly first. Get the poly. Go E-call. Get the liquid. Get the liquid. Fuse these away. Get your draws before you even do anything with that. Fuse those away. Summon him out. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Chainlink 1, get the trap. Chainlink 2, draw. Draw 1, 2 cards. Discard the poly. Use his effect. Get the trap. Use his effect to tag out. Summon Sunrise. Use Sunrise effect. Grab your Miracle Fusion. Now at this point, you still have it normal summoned, so you can actually go out with the Aqua Dolphin. And depending on what you were thinking, or if you're thinking about, like if you want to get out Armed Neos, you could pitch the Neos Fusion. You could pitch the Miracle. That would be an option. Trying to think. That would probably be the best option. Or just not even go Aqua Dolphin. Or don't even do a pitch. Just get them on board for an extra destruction. So we're going to set that face down. And again, if you're really worried about a hand trap, if you're worried about a combo starter, you can try to pitch one of these. I would say if you know what your opponent's playing, make your decision based on that. But just looking at it, I kind of feel like I would pitch the Armed Dragon. And then what I can do next turn is I can still try to get out into potentially a Shining Neos Wingman off of the Neos Fusion if need be. That would be a little awkward, but it's just sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and activate this. It's just, I'm gonna wait till my opponent does something. I'm gonna go that, summon out mans. I get 3 pops. Okay, 3 pops on summon. Let's say my whole board gets wiped here. I get wiped, destroyed. All right, whatever. I have no Spirit of Neos for protection. I'm really low on life points. I draw. All right. I did not fix that draw. I need everybody to know that. That was a complete heart of the cards moment. So first thing I would do is I would Miracle Fuse. 1, 2, 3. Wait, he would have been back in the deck. Hold on. I gotta get him and Neos out of here. I just forgot to do that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These guys are then gonna become Wake Up. That's a 4,000 attack Wake Up with 2 attacks. You're gonna get 2 draws off the Liquid Soldier, draw 2, discard 1. You're gonna discard that. You're gonna go ahead and go Instant Contact and summon out your Flame Wingman. You're gonna get 2 draws off of the Crosskeeper, and then you gotta return 1 to deck. And he gets banished. And then depending on, like say your opponent has back row, you can even eat and shuffle, summon out Stratos, pop back row. You could go Neos Fusion onto that. And then get out your second copy of Shining Neos Wingman. Get pops. You would only get 1 pop, but your opponent might have something on board that, would give him more. 2 attacks for 4,000. He has the burn effect. He has the burn effect. This, literally both of these attacking is enough for game if your opponent's at 8,000. GG guys. Hopefully everybody, everybody liked it and digs this deck. I love it. I am going to be releasing one that's a little more heavier on the Neospatian side, or the Neos Fusion side. I just really wanted, for so long, I've just been really trying to make a deck work with the classic E-Heroes and this is it. So, guys, subscribe, stay tuned. I got lots more coming. Cypher Slacker out.